What is up there guys, this is your DPR, and in today's video we're gonna be playing Darksiders 2. And the reason I'm doing this video is because I want to show you how to make OP weapons in this game and how to have a build that is broken OP. So the first thing you're gonna have to do is a couple of glitches to actually get these really OP weapons. So first off, I'm gonna show you my armor, which is not that important for this build because these glitches are focused on weapons, not armor. But just so you know, I'm using the abyssal armor, which is the best armor in the game. So we're gonna have the best results with this armor while wielding these weapons. So moving on to the actual weapons, you can see my personal weapon is a possessed weapon and has unreal stats. You can actually ask yourself, how the hell does this guy has those stats, because they are unreal. Execution chance is 102%, critical chance and critical damage are 50% each. So does my axe. Is the same thing, and even increases the strength of the character, which makes even more damage being dealt. So as you can see, if you combine the stats of these weapons with the actual stats of the armor, you're gonna have a really OP build that actually has like 100% critical chance and 200% critical damage, which is really OP. That means you're dealing 200% of your weapon's damage each time you hit a target, because it's 100% of critical chance. So actually, how do you build these weapons? So that's what I'm going to show you. The first thing you need to do is actually get yourself a pair of possessed weapons, and the easiest way to do that is actually to travel to Bulgrim and do the purchase glitch, which I'm going to show you in a minute. Okay, so how does this glitch work? You basically place yourself on top of the item you want for free and actually go to the sell section, and then press the L1 and the X button at the same time. And what this is going to do is it's going to glitch the game with this sell item window, but you're actually on top of an item that you want to buy. So the game glitches out and actually gives you the item for free, because it has like a buggy programming and thinks that you're actually selling something. So the transaction is being done, but what actually happens is the transaction that is being done is the one that is going to give you the item, because you're in the other screen. So the trick on this is you have to place yourself on top of the item you want, go to sell, and then press simultaneously L1 and X. Sometimes this doesn't work, but most of the time it will. As you can see, sometimes I make mistakes. Now I got a Juggernaut harness in the ornate box, but what we want is some legacy artifacts to actually level up the possessed weapon we just got. So that's how you do the purchase glitch, which is the first glitch of the actual video. But it's not the most important. The most important glitch is the one that follows. Okay, so the next step is to actually level up your weapon, your possessed weapon, as you would normally. Here I have my possessed double sights, and I'm actually gonna level them up as I would normally with any possessed weapon. So once you hit the 5th upgrade, you can't upgrade any longer. As you can see, as much as you try, you can't. What you want to do is actually switch to another scythe and actually drop the upgraded weapon. Now, as you can see, once you pick it up, the upgrade count will reset, but your actual stats will remain the same. This means you can actually keep upgrading where you left off, and you can do this indefinitely, and eventually you'll hit a ceiling, but it's usually pretty high. You can drop it and pick it up like 5 times before you hit the ceiling. How do you know where you hit the ceiling? You will know because your weapon won't get any better when you still upgrade it, and some stats might disappear from the screen, but don't worry because this actually won't change your gameplay, just how the stats are displayed. Eventually you'll have some sights like mine, which have the maximum damage possible for a pair of weapons, and some crazy execution chance and critical damage and chance, and some strength too, so you need to pick your stats really carefully. You can do this for the sights and for the secondary weapons, so you're actually going to get really powerful weapons from exploiting this glitch. Another thing you need to be careful about is the initial stats of the sights. You need to find some sights that actually suit your gameplay and then start upgrading them, because the initial stats can't be changed. You can add just one additional stat when you upgrade, and that's it. So you just have to pick carefully according to your playstyle, and then you can start upgrading like crazy to get a really powerful weapon that is actually the maximum capacity a weapon can have. So now moving on, I will show you a couple of gameplay clips of this build in Deathinitive difficulty, because that's what this build is made for, and with some enemies that are actually level 31, which is the highest level for an enemy in this game. So okay, let's move on.